Jungle Boogie, bow, bow, Jungle Boogie, bring it down. Dun, 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 bow, bow. I'm such a flippin' idiot. Okay, you guys wanted a follow-up video to a video that I did a little while ago, and by a little, I mean a few years. And I get it. Before you delve into this, there are a lot of videos going over the topic. You're probably bored of it by now. You're probably like, why the hell didn't you talk about this a week ago? And I'm busy. I got priorities in my life, okay? I'm not all living on the internet all the time. I'm here, I'm around, but I view from afar a lot of times, you know? It's how I go, guys. I'm sorry in advance if you hear baby noises in the background. My beautiful daughter is right behind me. She's the best. She's relaxing being a baby, so sorry in advance. Anyway, this is a hot topic right now. Everybody's been blabbing about it, okay? But I thought, since I have personal experience as a viewer during the early controversy that this creator had, I could offer a different kind of perspective. I've known about her for a long time. I just didn't know every single detail, but I did know about her from things that I used to watch. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Blair, the Illuminati. Or as I used to know her, Sarah J. Warren. So in my original video that I made, I was talking about some beef she got into a few years back. I mentioned that I liked Blair, because I did. If you have never been here before, then get ready for me. I actually love Blair's content, but lately it looks like she's been getting into some internet feuds, like catty stuff. She asked Blair if she copied part of her video in a DM after several of Cruel World's followers commented on it on one of her videos. The DM reads as follows.
Hey hun! Sorry, I had to.
I'm not gonna read it in that voice. And I don't mean personally, I'm talking about as a content creator. I like their content. I used to have it on in the background a lot when I was doing stuff. She has a really good speaking voice, and I also just liked a lot of her video topics. I thought they were really interesting, and they weren't stuff that I would see on a regular basis on YouTube. So I was first personally introduced to Blair during Shot from the Point. If you're part of that community, you might have seen me in the chat now and again. It's basically like a live streaming radio show, and I watch it a lot. It's a really fun show, I think. I enjoy the content over there, and I have for many years. I'll show you. See, I'm a Shot from the Point viewer. Love that show. I don't even always agree with the views or even the humor on that show, but I really like watching people with different perspectives than me a lot of the time. I do agree with some of the stuff, but when I don't, I mean, I don't throw a bitch fit about it. I just enjoy a different perspective. But anyway, I'm not talking about that. That's a whole other thing. We're getting off track just a smidge, okay? So Illuminati, who is she? Why does she suck? Why does a majority of the commentary community hate her? That's what you're here to find out, and that's what I'm delivering. Now, personally, I first saw Illuminati about 3 or 4 years ago. I know at some point she was a stripper, which will be relevant later in the timeline here. She frequented a project made by Tommy C called Get to the Point. I believe that was the name of it. It's been a while, guys, but I think that was the name of it. After collaborating on that channel for a while, she began to take offense to the team ripping on a member called Ricochet. He was a member who didn't do much work for the team, and if memory serves correct, someone made a fat joke about him that pushed Blair over the edge. Which was odd because Blair had participated in enjoying fat jokes before, and Ricochet made fat jokes himself about Tipster every now and again.
Everyone else is being quiet. This is awkward. We're in here with there's like 6 of us in this room right now, so this is really weird doing this kind of intro. But hi everyone, welcome to Failures Blog. I'm Blair.
I'm Ricochet.
And you stream on Twitch, right?
I do stream on Twitch. Follow me at Ricochet1204.
Nice.
Apparently he's fat.
What?
Oh, really? Well, that's what they said. I don't know. Apparently. This is for a vlog, right?
I didn't know.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit.
Gotcha, bitch.
Also, let me just put this out there. Ricochet was somebody who portrayed himself as like this big Giga Chad to everybody around. He would always talk about who he was getting all the ladies and everything. he was just always talking himself up, saying like, oh, how, like, he was just blowing his BDE everywhere, guys. And then there was a video call. That's what happened. There was this video call, and then it was shown that the pictures that he had shown people of himself and whatever were like definitely over 10 years old, because he was seriously overweight, which is fine if you're overweight or whatever. But this is somebody who like made fun of everybody. So he made fun of everybody for being fat or whatever. And then people found out he was actually fat and then made fun of him. And he took huge offense to this, which is just stupid. In that community, if you dish it, you have to be able to take it. If you can't take it, you can't make fun of people, because that's a freaking hypocrisy right there. You know what I'm saying? So he made fun of people for being fat. Someone made fun of him for being fat. And then it was a whole shit angle. That's how all this started, a fat joke. How stupid is that? I still remember when all this was happening. It was so ridiculous. So the offense seemed to come out of nowhere. Everybody was kind of caught off guard by this. And Blair had access to the Shot from the Point channel involving her collaborative works. So she logged in and then deleted all of the videos she was in. Without any permission or anything, because she believed they belonged to her. But these weren't just videos with her only in them. They were videos with her and other creators that she had made for another channel, which it's not like illegal or anything, but it's just crappy to do. That wasn't your property. And she just went in and deleted them all because she didn't want that part of her life existing on the internet. Her character on that show was like a satirical SJW. Sarah J. Warren, an exaggerated version of the leftist dyed hair girl.
Sarah J. Warren is unapologetically feminist, and if they don't like it, then I would love to drink their overprivileged male tears, okay?
Miss Warren, the boss is on the other line for you.
Let me clarify something, Jimmy. Rip Wilson is not my boss.
Not your boss.
It's the other boss.
Oh God. Put him through.
Hey, Sarah.
Yes, Tommy?
Knock it off!
Got it, boss.
And her character on this platform was very liked on the show. So everything that happened was pretty shocking. Nobody really expected it. At this point, she was still a Reddit YouTuber. I used to watch her r/niceguys, r/nicegirl videos. She began to make the shift over to MLM-focused content as the Reddit genre began to die down. Smart business move for sure. She also, I don't know all the details of this, but she also got into a little bit of a controversy, beef kind of thing with another Reddit creator because she accused him of subbotting. A lot of people actually believed he was subbotting, but some people were really mad about this, and then that whole rigmarole happened. So the next thing she did that caused significant attention was she essentially chased someone off the internet for drawing a swimsuit photo of her avatar she claimed to be too sexual. Which, I don't know, the fact that she used to be a stripper and that's in the sex work industry and has an issue with her character being sexualized, kind of weird to me. I could understand, like, maybe she had some trauma from those years and just wanted to step away from being sexualized as a whole. That makes sense to me. I could understand that. And if she told me that, or that was the argument, I would have just been like, yeah, okay, whatever. If she hadn't posted her avatar in a swimsuit in her own video, that was more revealing than the drawing that she freaked out about. That it just doesn't make any sense. And like, also, if she doesn't want, and I'm sorry, I don't want to sound stupid by saying this, but her freaking name, her username is Illuminati. It's not spelled Illuminati like the celebrity weird underground circle of whatever. It's spelled Illuminati like naughty. I mean, I feel like you'd have to be stupid not to expect that. Not that it's good, but you should expect it. Does that make sense? Is my point coming across? I mean, I'm probably gonna offend people by saying that, and like, I guess I'm sorry, but that's just what I think. Like, you should expect it. I guess. The same way you should expect walking down a shitty neighborhood holding like 2 big cartoony wads of cash, you're probably gonna get robbed. Should you get robbed? No. But you probably would if you just had the cash like out in the open. Is that the person's fault for getting robbed or getting harassed or catcalled or any of that stuff? No, it's not. It's certainly not. But it's probably gonna happen. And there's my hot take of the day. Like, internet people are weird and they find perversion in everything. So if you have any kind of like name that would be suggestive, people are gonna creep on it. That's just how life is. Next, we have a story I've already covered. If you want the deets, please watch that video. It's here. It'll go over all the messages and stuff. I'm not gonna re-go over everything again. I'm not doing it. Sorry, guys. I'll put a little clip of the video.
But what I do know is how Blair responded to this was wild.
So if you want to delve more into that, you can do that, circle back, or you could just deal with the recap. I'm cool with that too. Here are the bullet points. First, a newer creator, Cruel World Happy Mind, came out and messaged Blair about thinking that Blair had copied her. She was new to YouTube and didn't really know how stuff worked, I guess. So like a bunch of her fans were like, oh, Blair made a video covering the same topic you did. She copied you. And then she just kind of responded to those people and then went and contacted Blair about it. Kind of dumb because it's not a thing. But she apologized for that. She thought that was stupid. Okay. So Blair ignored the message and which is cool. She didn't have to respond. Cruel World Happy Mind apologized, was ignored. That's where we're at. But then Blair went on a podcast and said this.
Something I recently learned, apparently, is there is this whole anti-MLM community, right? I kind of thought I was on my own little island doing my own thing. Maybe that's my own ego. I don't watch other anti-MLM videos because I don't want to know what other people are saying, or I don't want it influencing what I do. So I purposely like have terms like that blocked from my YouTube search, and that kind of stuff can't influence me. What I did have happen though recently, which this is, I'm gonna try and keep it vague so I don't mention this person's channel, but it's a very small YouTuber claiming that I copied her. And okay, she claimed that I copied her video that she had done maybe a couple weeks ago, right? And the video that I had done the topic on was suggested to me multiple times from my comment section. So I just listened to my comments and I made a video because that's what people were interested in my opinion on. So she messages me and she goes, "I'm just really disappointed because you're someone I look up to and you copied my video and I want credit." Right? So I didn't know who this person was. So I went to my moderators in my Discord server and I was like, hey, I screenshotted the message. I sent it to them. And I said, do you know, is this a YouTuber? Can you guys like tell me who this is or what they're even talking about? Because I had no idea. They come back to me. It's this small channel.
She basically played up the situation way worse than it was. It just wasn't, nobody was being rude or anything like that in the message. Even when Cruel World thought Blair was copying her, she was pretty polite about it and just wanted to talk about it, and Blair just blew it up into making it seem like it was this like crazy attack on her. At the time, I thought it was just an overreaction on Blair's part, and yeah, I still do. I think being defensive and controlling are just aspects of her personality. So she's one of those people who's really quick to think that everybody's against her. From what I've seen online, I don't know how she is in real life, but from the things I've seen, that's what I can kind of judge. Anyway, this particular situation was resolved offline. They both said that on Twitter. Everything was hunky-dory. It faded off into internet obscurity. Now comes the big guns. Wacky stuff. If Blair was just a hot-tempered person with the controlling behavior who got a little defensive at the drop of a hat, we wouldn't be here, would we? We are here to find out why everybody doesn't like her now. So Blair decided to accuse another creator named Legal Eagle of plagiarism because an editor of his questioned her Discord asking about editing techniques that included highlighting and a fake ripped page. The editor was curious about what plugin she used. That was it. Editing plugins are shared and used amongst editors like crazy. It's not really something you can claim. is yours and yours alone. So the question that the editor was asking wasn't out of bounds at all and wasn't weird. But Blair reacted by creating this ridiculous thread on Twitter, going off about how Legal Eagle copied her homework. Now let me show you something here. This is a transition, right? If I use this preloaded transition, then someone else uses it, I'm not gonna claim it's plagiarism. That's insane. So of course, Legal Eagle quickly responded. He specializes in legal content. He's gonna know that this is ridiculous. So he shut down the accusation because it was. And the community responded negatively towards her pretty much immediately. The story got so much traffic that old colleagues came out and they talked about how Blair had, been an issue, I suppose. Blair released an apology. You could call it an apology, but it didn't really come off that way. She apologized to Legal Eagle in the beginning. I'll show a little bit of it here. And then she flips and then just starts shooting out accusations like crazy, man. She accused someone she used to work with, The Click, of all kinds of stuff. Oh my gosh. Like, she accused him of being like a horrible man who let creeps hang out in his Discord who are like preying on kids. It sounds awful, but it's also completely false, at least from all of the evidence that has come out since all this happened. This whole like weird story she made up with The Click, she was just like, oh yeah, he knew there was a creep in his Discord and he didn't do anything about it. He had no idea, but that's not what happened at all. He was asleep when it happened, because it happened at about 2 a.m. and then it was resolved by the time he woke up, and he even messaged Blair talking about it.
Now, the first detail that was conveniently left out of the accusations is that I was asleep. In my time zone, this occurred around 2 a.m., and within the span of me sleeping, this random creep in question had already gotten banned. I took the liberty to dig through the old ban logs on my server, and here it is. He was banned at 2:14 a.m., my time zone. She brought one topic into a chat room, as she shown in her video and her accusations. However, her statement in these DMs about Click knowing is very odd, as I would have been very unconscious when the ban was happening. She might be referring to me knowing by the time I woke up, but the fact remains I wasn't there, nor did I endorse this random creep. Hey, I don't mean to bother you, but can we talk soon when you're free? I'm in a bit of a conundrum and I don't know what to do. Yeah, what's going down? Can I call? GF is getting ready for work. How sensitive is the topic? Very. It involves the P word. What is going on? In Click server and Click knowing. 19-year-old and 12-year-old combo public server, blah blah blah, did nothing, and this was on the heels of Click's admin sending naughty stuff. And one topic says, hang on, I'll walk over to my mic. Okay, ready? Thank you, always. But, as stated, a ban was already issued before I even woke up, about 14 hours before Blair brought this up with OT, if her timestamps are correct. So this was actually not a ban I was even personally involved with. It's also important to note that this is, sadly, the norm. Our server alone has 44,000 members and almost 3,000 bans. It is a well-known fact that Discord has real problems when it comes to exploitative individuals and communities using their platform. We as creators do our best to clean this up, as well as the platform teams. Neither I nor my team condone this sort of exploitative behavior and do our best to address it when it comes to attention. This isn't a Click's Discord issue, it's a Discord issue. By the time I woke up, the staff spaces were in chaos. I assume she had asked her crossover staff to leave my server after the two teams clashed, fighting, tossing around odd allegations, and blame. Keep in mind, the creep that joined the VC was already banned for many hours. And this is what I saw when I woke up in the morning. Tons of messages in staff chats, arguments, white names from people leaving. I tried to get an explanation to what had happened, and it took me a good few hours to dig through everything, talk to people, try to de-escalate, and evaluate who had done wrong, and so on. The situation recap wasn't exactly presented to me on a silver platter. In the allegations against me, it is claimed that I didn't react or respond to the situation. Number 1, being asleep at 2 a.m. detail was completely left out. 2, the fact that he was actually banned before this whole thing was left out. And 3, a receipt of Illuminati reaching out to me to get me to respond wasn't shown in her video or allegations. And the reason for this is that it doesn't exist. The person who reached out to resolve this was actually myself. And here are the DMs where I did so. Probably worth going to you too, as this thing seems to be blowing up. What have you seen of the recent events on the server? If we got time, I think a quick VC would be good, because this is going on the Warpath, it seems. Warpath referring to the teams arguing and fighting, not actually the ban itself. As I said, that had been issued 16 hours before this conversation took place. One sec, I'm on a call with OT, can I bring him in too? Sure, no problem. Here is a zip file, which is all the images that she showed in her video of the DMs with the creep, etc, etc. By the way, gonna talk to my admins in 15, that's when this person is back and can VC. Okay, I'm writing in the group DM right now. I will let you guys know when all actions have been carried out. I am proud of you.
She claimed he wasn't there to reach and like had no desire to fix anything or whatever, but like even in this message where she's like, I'm proud of you, Click. I'm proud of you for getting rid of the creeps, and then apparently he's a horrible person who she regrets being friends with and regrets helping. It's like, what are you doing? And not only that, okay, this is even stupider, but she claims that the Click is an awful person for saying the word retarded, a word that she uses. She uses the word, right? And she's been known to associate with people who use the word and never cared. She donated at least $100 to Augie RFC when he makes live streams like this, man.
Containing the word in older content.
He never says he stopped saying retard. You notice that?
Yeah.
He never.
Just stop.
Yeah. Later he says, I still don't think it's a big deal, but I just stopped saying it.
Yeah, come on.
Honestly, true, dude.
Rip the chains off.
He's more real for
Dude,
saying
he's
that.
fucking real, dude. He's not fucking sugarcoating it, dude. He's like, yeah, I said that retarded shit, but not.
And like, I don't care if you're gonna word police everyone, don't use the same words that you're criticizing people for using. That's just it. You can say she's changed her view since 2019, sure. People change, they learn, whatever. I'm open to that. But you can also disagree with a person without shunning them to the void and saying you can't associate or be friends with them because of some words that they use. You can be like, hey, I don't personally use these words because they make me feel uncomfortable, but like, are you really that sensitive that you can't like talk to somebody because they use a word that hurts your feelings? Are you really gonna be that kind of person that's just like, mark someone off as being a horrible person because their vernacular doesn't suit your needs? What the hell is up with that, dude? Everybody could say what they want to say. You don't have to say things that you don't want to say. Other people can say other things, I suppose, because there's a big difference of saying the R word and then like going to a special needs school and like throwing crap at kids. There's levels, guys. I'm sorry. There's levels. This video is going to get me hate. I'm already aware. I'm just opening up the floodgates of my opinions and people are just gonna be like, what? Agree to disagree. This is like the way I live my life, dude. So anyway, whatever. She has a big problem with the R word, even though she donated to people who use it all the time and hung out with people that use it all the time and used it herself all the time. So apparently now she hates it or whatever. She was apparently making alt accounts to go after past colleagues and allegedly making up stories about Nick Diorio telling people about her miscarriage, according to him. Like literally anything she could think of to put herself in a good light and make every single other person she's ever associated with seem like monsters. Blair, good. Everybody else, the enemy. Her former friends called out that there was basically a new villain of the week every so often. One of these people used to live with her and posted a photo of her home, accusing her of being a regular slob and a hoarder. She responded and she posted his suicide note, which, like, I'm not joking, y'all. Last I heard, HelloFresh had cut ties. She was bleeding subs like crazy. But I also wanted to point out that HelloFresh responded to this tweet right here of a person claiming Blair gave her mom cancer, and that's just fun and impossible. So it's good to know that sponsors will just like cut ties without even looking into a situation, I guess. She also made a few tweets about the false accusations about her. She claims they were false, which I find funny because most of the whole situation was just escalated because she made accusations against her friends or former friends, like the Click. They just like debunked her claims that she made. She basically put them in a situation where they had to respond in a way that would make her look bad, and then she got mad about it. It's freaking wild. I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, but this post reads to me as like I've looked into my own behaviors, I've investigated them, and I've decided that I'm fine and everything's cool and everyone else is the problem. Unless she can prove that her accusers lied and then the proof that they provided was false, I don't know what the end goal is, personally. I just don't get it. But I don't really think this will be the end of her, and I don't know if it should be. All I know is that she's a little wacky and she's a proven liar. So this history of mass manipulation and ugliness, it's all like lining up and it looks icky. It looks gross. I don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. I'm done with this person personally, but everybody else, you do what you want. You want to keep watching, whatever. You don't have to hang out with them. Maybe you like her stuff. I don't know. But anyway, guys, if you like my content, feel free to leave me that like, throw me that sub, join the community. We're numbing that pain with constant killer content. And I'm going to see you next time because I always do. This is what happens when I write scripts. I'm sorry, guys. And the baby's whining in the background. This is chaos. You asked me why I didn't sit down and make a video. This is why. Do you see the efforts I have to go through to do this? And I still am because who knows?